Help me, ducks. Hope you're all okay. Well, that really threw me out. So, if you was in the live on Thursday for Throwback Thursday that I did with Chris, I mentioned that I'd lost everything. So today I've had to rebuild Cuppa Catchment cards as a project, and then of course none of the music was in there, none of the logos up at the top or the Hermit in the cave, none of that. So I dished them all out, added it all up, put the music from Ben Sound, thinking it was the one that I normally have, and it wasn't, and it's a 10-second difference. So my timer carried on the countdown clock at 10 seconds of silence, but don't matter. It's all good. We're here. How are we doing? Let's have a look at who's here and do some hellos. Marilyn was first in. Nice to see you, Marilyn. Closely followed by the lovely Judith. Hello, Judith. And Nadine. Hi, Nadine. Lily Rose, how are you? Nice to see you. And Contemporary Sculptor. Hello, new friends. First time here. Just discovered Simon's channel this week. Well, welcome. It's lovely to have you with us. And we have Jazzy Frazzle. Hello. And Moran is here. How you doing, Moran? Nice to see you. Enjoyed seeing a video from you today. That was great. Saskia. Hello, Saskia. And our Sandra's here. Hi, Sandra. It's time in 2 weeks, Sandra. You'll be here. Elspeth's here. Golden. And Stephanie. Hello. Misty. Hello. Trio, hello. Sharon, that is Trio. Sharon, hello. Warrior Nessa, hello. Nice to see you. And we have the lovely Thace. Hello, how are you doing? Kathy's here as well. Nice to see you, Kathy. Marie. Jennifer, hello. Lab Adventuros. Hi from Spain. Nice to see you. Some new people in, which is always lovely. Will, hello, Will. Jonathan's here. Hello, Jonathan. Nice to see you. Kelly Lou. Hello. Ella. Apox. Hello. MA's here. Hello. Nice and warm. Yeah, I was thinking of putting my heating on. I had it on this morning because I had a bath. I don't just put heating on to have a bath, but I feel cozier when I'm in the bath. I've got the heating on. I've got a candle lit. I don't have any lights on when I'm in the bath because there's no window in my bathroom. So I'm plunged into pitch darkness, which I love, with just a little candle flickering. So relaxing. Anyway, Valley Sky, Rob, hello. Nice to see you both. Kate is here. Hello. I don't want to miss anybody. Dawn. Hello, Dawn. Lily. Kathy. Nothing so strange, Kathy. Malusu. Here's our Chris. How you doing? Twix Tarot. Hello. Lois. Hello. So many lovely people, but we're coming to the bottom. I can see the end. Fifi Faye is here. And Julio. And Bonnie Tarot. Oh, and then, yeah, Robin just squeaking in under the wire. Sounds like one of those sensory yeah, I think it is. With my brain along those lines. I don't know when it started. When I started having a bath in the dark, but I can't have a bath with the light on. I think it might be because I used to, when obviously I've been here 20 years, so I've had a bathroom without a window for 20 years. But before that, I always had windows in bathrooms. And I never used to have baths in the daytime. There was always a nighttime thing, usually before bed. So I feel quite cozy. So, and I think I used to like a candlelit bath. And then it's just stuck from there. So now it doesn't matter whether it's the morning, afternoon or evening. If I shut that door and light a candle, turn the light out, I'm in pitch black. And it's a sensory thing. It must be. It's very comforting. And I needed that today. I'm not 100%. I'm not poorly, but I mentioned it in the video I put on this morning. Yeah, I did. I recorded it this morning, but I uploaded it this afternoon. Can't remember what the video was. What did I show? Oh, I showed the old style oracle. Sometimes you just feel out of sorts and you don't feel right. And I've shared many times, and I think it's important to share it as well, about mental health. What I refer to as my dark visitor. And I'm not at that stage, but I kind of know what to do now to head him off when I start to feel a little bit out of sorts. And it's a combination of a lot of things. It's always, well, not always, 9 times out of 10, it's caused by external stuff. And I just woke up this morning feeling really out of sorts. I'd had a broken night's sleep. And I just decided to cancel all plans and just hermit for the day. And I almost thought about not going live as well. But then I thought, no, because I need my community. And I always feel so much better after doing a live, connecting with you all. But self-care is really important. It could be that we're in the middle of February. We're not even in the middle of it yet, but I always struggle during January and February, more so than November and December. There's things to look forward to in November and December. But January and February, I struggle. And yeah, just lots of, the world is a shit show at the minute, a complete shit show. And you can't escape it as much as you try. If you've got a device like a mobile phone, you just can't escape it. So you just have to find ways to navigate that. And so, I decided to have a bath, a long soak in the bath, to not put the TV on today, to not go to the shops. I couldn't even face peopling today, going downstairs, because I live in a shopping centre. I couldn't bear the thought of walking through the shopping centre, going to the supermarket, getting food. So I looked to make sure I'd got enough in, because I don't do a weekly shop. I don't need to. I live in a city. And I thought, have I got enough for today? And I thought, I have. So I don't need to go anywhere. And yeah, I've cozied under my plug-in blanket, and I've watched some Netflix. I've watched some YouTube videos that make me feel good. And just self-care. Self-care is really important. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, Bonnie Helford is finally catching alive, so it's lovely to see you. Lots of people welcoming everybody that's coming in. I like windows in bathrooms. Sorry, Sandra, it must be a bit of a pain for you then when you come here. We don't have baths. 3 bathrooms, but no baths. 3 bathrooms, you posh git. When I first moved in here, we didn't have a shower. In fact, none of the apartments had showers. But then when we had our bathroom and kitchen upgrades, I requested a shower, and because of my disability, my spinal damage, I was granted one. Special dispensation. We're in the midst of a geomagnetic storm and strong astrology. That could be why then. I don't know enough about astrology to comment on that. I'm so jealous of everyone who has a bathtub. That's a radical lack, given 3 bathtubs, yeah. B12 deficiency thing. It could be. I've been there before. I've had tablets and things like that, but I do have a propensity for depression and anxiety. So it's no secret. Like I said, I've talked about it on my channel before. There was a time where I wasn't able to work for 3 years or leave the house, and I was on medication. But you know, you kind of know the warning signs, so you adjust. So yeah, Sandra, yeah, you understand too. Hello from Japan, Lemming, nice to see you. Thank you, Thace. Adam says, I'm quite a solitary soul also. I don't tend to do crowds, super socializing. I identify with the magician card. Yeah, and it's really strange because before I lived in the city, I think I've told you before, I lived on a little small holding, and my nearest neighbour was a quarter of a mile away. And to go from that to a city, and I can remember thinking, well, it might be fun living in a city. It might bring me out of my shell. It might, you know, change this introvert to an extrovert, little did I know. And I thought I could just try it. I could just try it for a year or maybe 2 years. And here I am 20 years later. This is the longest I've ever lived anywhere. And I used to move around a lot. I call it a duvet day. A duvet day. Yeah. Hermit permit. I give myself a hermit permit as well. I'm not doing anything. Yeah. So no walk today. And no leaving the house. I've got my pajama bottoms on and I've been in them all day and it's been bliss. The world is a really depressing place at the moment. I've been feeling a bit like you, Simon. I find music helps. Yeah, and I've done some on my iPad, I've got an app where you can colour by numbers. sounds so silly. But it's relaxing. Just I've got my my Apple Pen, and it's just really relaxing. Doesn't take long. Doesn't take any skill because it's colour by numbers. But yeah, it's relaxing. So I like things like that. And whilst I was doing that, I was having some music on as well. So yeah. Oh, I've lost the chat. What's happened? Ah, you're back. I don't know where I was up to now. Okay, let me see if I can see any tags or capitals. Yeah, sometimes desensitization is necessary in this mad world. I agree. And hi, Beth. Nice to see you. People on about Lush. Lush is nice. Some nice bath bombs. I remember once we were staying in a hotel and I had one glass of Prosecco in the bath and I was hammered. I'd love to have a small holding. Yeah. We had peacocks. Hey up! That's where we got A up from. No, it's not. I love the colour by numbers game. I also play this to relax. Yeah, it's really nice. I like doing the mandalas. I did one this afternoon with a hare, which was half sun, half moon, and it was lovely, but it was a bit, yeah, I prefer the mandalas. I think I'm too well practiced in quaffling wine whilst enjoying a deep bubble bath. Hello, Elaine, by the way. Nice to see you. You need to take up crochet. Yeah, I'm terrible at learning things like that, knitting, crochet, all that sort of thing. My grandparents tried to teach me once when I was a kid. It was like a cotton reel. What's it called? Is it a bobbin? And there's all these kind of pins stuck in the top, and you wove in and out with it. I couldn't even do that. Hi, Tammy Pie. I popped to the shops. Oh, let's have a look at this. Why ain't my mouse working? There we go. I popped to the shops this morning, and I've 10 minutes been at home ever since, with music, candles, and incense burning bliss. If it wasn't raining, I would have worn my shades. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to do it. You have to say, all right, stop. I'm getting off, and I'm locking the door. I'm putting my comfies on. The world, just for today, for me, outside of these four walls, do not exist. I need a break, and you just have to just do the things that bring you joy. And that doesn't mean I'm ignorant to what's happening. I'm not ignorant to what's happening. I'm fully aware of what's happening. If anything, I'm too aware. I watch everything and absorb it all. But I get to the point then where, yeah, it's too much. He could take the girl out of Ireland. Mandala colouring books with glitter gel pens are super relaxing too. I talk to my dog like he's human. I think you should talk to dogs like they're human. Even in the street, sometimes people probably think I'm not all there, but that's okay. If they're scared, they stay away from me. Yeah. They just seem to understand. They seem to understand. I mean, they pick up on their sense of smell is, they can smell fear, they can smell everything that's going on, upset, but they read us really well. They know when things aren't right. And I think sometimes when you do have a conversation with them, they just seem to look as if to say, yeah, I know where you're coming from. I'd love a dog. I really would love a dog. Can't have them here, but yeah, I agree with what Beth's saying. I've heard anxiety defined as fear of the future. Yeah, false experiences appearing real, fear. I saw something actually, and I screenshotted it the other day, because when I see things, there's loads of memes and all that online, but when I see things that I think, that was one of the things that I did today. Very pretty. When I see things online, I'll screenshot it because I think that might help at some point. And it's this one, and it says, you cannot suffer the past or the future because they do not exist. What you are suffering is your memory and your imagination. And it's so true. The past is a memory. And that's what we're suffering. We're suffering our memories. And the future doesn't exist. So it's only our imagination of what the future is going to be. And I read that and I thought, I've been a Buddhist. I know it, but you forget it. And when the brain is clouded, sometimes you just need those little reminders, don't you, to kind of bring you back into the moment. So I often screenshot things that I think at some point, and I heard somebody refer to it once as kind of like an emotional toolkit to go to when you need it. Let's go back. Warrior Nessa says, ugh, it's so overwhelming, everything going on. I just invested in goggles in case of tear gas. That's absurd. And it's not absurd, because you doing that, you making that decision to purchase something helps you. Do you know what I mean? You might probably never, God willing, you never would need them. But by the mere fact that you've bought them is, again, self-preservation. So it's not absurd. Beth says, love that. Buddhism really helps with anxiety in my experience. Yeah. Jonathan says, powerful. Yeah, when the world becomes too much, I dive into my tarot cards. Yeah, things have to get really bad for me not to pick up a deck. I have been there where I've not wanted to pick up my decks. The fear of the future is usually always only in our mind. When the future arrives, we always find solution and whiz past said drama. Okay. So talking of decks, let's have a look. I have got a couple of things to show you. What shall I start off with? Let's start off with this little package. So, the monks walking across America? I'm not aware of that. I didn't watch. I was kind of hoping for more. But the lovely Esther from Mindful Tarot walked across America. It took her 5 months. I don't think she went from east to west, but she did a huge chunk. 5 months of walking. And I think it was like Walking for Peace or something like that. And I was really excited because I thought, oh, that's going to be an amazing series. And she did do the odd pop-up video and live, but I thought I was going to get like a 5 month, because she took a film crew with her, I seem to recall. I remember she asked once if there was anybody who could volunteer to drive her or follow, and with the film crew and stuff. So maybe she will make a film, but that's the only one I'm aware of. I entered about the monks. But yeah, anyway, Libra Moon. If you remember, I did the walkthrough of a beautiful wooden box with a set of 2 Lenormand decks. And when I was reading the info, it said there was enough here to make 3 decks. And I remember saying, oh, I'm not aware of a 3rd deck. And I was a bit kind of like, I don't understand. And then Paul Warmby, who's local to here, said, oh, there was enough left over to create a 3rd deck. And I've not had a look at it yet. And it came a good week ago, I think. And there's a little note. So I thought I'd show it on a live because, you know, I don't read Lenormand, as you know. But I still wanted to show it. And he's put, surprise. Hi, Simon. Here is the 4th Lenormand. Yes, because there was the beasts. Wasn't there? It's with the... I'm not going to go digging for it, but it's obviously with the Oracle of the Beasts. Here is the 4th Lenormand deck. Now you have the complete set. Carol Ann, Libra Moon Inc. And then Paul's written, I hope you like them, Simon. Best wishes, Paul. That's really, really nice of them. So this is the little tin. It's like the MPC, you know, when MPC do tins and they print directly onto the tin, not onto a sticker. Oh, that's lovely. And then we've got a little book. I mean, they're so talented. Love Libra Moon. I know Marilyn, who's in chat, is a big fan of Libra Moon as well. So the little book, Oracle of Lenormand, the medieval Oracle of Lenormand. Beautiful full colour renditions. So let's have a look. The cards, get my trusted. Oh, there's a message for me here. Simon, The monks first walked for peace in India, and now they're in the US, led by a street dog named Aloka. Oh, that's cool. Ugh. I've just got Medieval Earth Tarot. I'm gonna have to look it up. The monks walk in America. I've had the Borderless Somnia Tarot and Oracle deck sitting in my car since Simon's video. Oh, they're great. Hi, Niles. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Thanks for popping in. Libra Moon or a Stellar Company. Their decks are always like 5-star deluxe. Yeah, I agree. Gosh, there's lots of comments. I'll try and catch up in a minute. Okay. So they're aligned well with the other decks. They've got this beautiful, kind of like a metallic black edging. Oh, beautiful. I love the black metallic. And these are the backs, which are really nice. Okay. So we have our rider. They're linen cardstock as well, which is really lovely. Clover. And if it's 36, yes, it is 36. I think I've got about three decks to show you tonight. Oh, I like that. I like the clouds. That is cool. Great image. I like the scroll as well with the keywords on there. I guess that's why they're calling it Oracle of Lenormand. Clouds, misunderstanding, uncertainty, confusion, and problems. You see, I know there are Lenormand purists out there that say, they can't be read in isolation, but I can't see any reason why not just to pull a card. Oh, look at the coffin. That is a great image. Loss, transformation, endings, and illness. Flowers. I love the fact that the medieval artwork that they've chosen is more than just flowers, more than just a coffin. So we have the scythe here. Whip. Birds. Child. The fox. Isn't it great? I love the bear. Star. I'm conscious I've paused the comments because I didn't want to miss anything, but I realised I'm like 4 minutes behind. I like the deck. Hi, Nodi. I think Medieval Earth Tarot is their latest tarot. It does look amazing. So far, I think Tarot of Paul's Moon is my favourite. Marilyn messaged me to say, have a look at Medieval Earth. She said, because she thinks it might knock Paul's Moon off my favourite spot, top spot. Heart, look how beautiful that image is. They look a bit lighter on camera. I think it's because I'm in front of a ring light, because they are more saturated colours than what they appear in there. Ring. The artwork is great. It's curated so well. They look like oil paintings, don't they? I mean, they probably were originally, but I mean... There's the woman. Lily. Oh, the sun is brilliant. What an amazing card. As is the moon. This is from the front of the tin and book. We have the key. The fish. The anchor. And card 36 is the cross. So that's Medieval Oracle of Lenormand, their fourth Oracle deck. Beautiful production, as what we come to expect from Libra Moon. Actually, it is black, but it's when it's reflected, that looked like an emerald green then. Really lovely. So I'm going to pop that with their other decks there. So I've got all my Libra Moon stuff together. So what do we think then? Let's have a look at some comments. Sandra says, lovely. Hi, Sean. Nice to see you. Blood Moon Tarot. Well, that's coming out mass market, isn't it? Marilyn said, this is such a beautiful Lenormand. I use Lenormand every day in my practice. Wow, do you read Lenormand then? Or do you tend to pull a card? Or I really like this. Is this for sale? Yes, it's for sale. So if you go to their Libra Moon Inc. Website and their shop, they've got all whatever decks they've got left. They sell there. Best of these are very cool cards. Wow, says Fifi Faye. I don't know who Mark Hamill is. I just love the feel, Adam, of the cards. I mean, the artwork is amazing, but the feel of those cards, I don't think I've got a deck like that. And you're saying that that particular finish was the reason why they couldn't have the deck edged. And I was fine with that because I edged mine with a blue marker anyway to complement the backs. But those cards just are divine. Vanessa says, ooh la la. Kathy says, I love this deck. Libra Moon makes the best decks. Wow, this is the most quality Lenormand I have in my collection. Carol is fabulous in her choices. She is. Return of the Moon. I've got that one, I think. I think that's the one I've got. I'm just conscious that if I pull them out now, decks are going to go everywhere. That's the that was the first one, Lenormand to the Middle Ages. Serpent and the Peacock. And well, decks are going to go flying. That's the Return of the Moon. Yeah. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, the production quality, as someone's mentioned, even their books, you know, they're like in this beautiful, feels like suede leather, gorgeous, gilded pages. And Beautiful matte cards. Stunning. I've got a walkthrough, obviously, of this up. Put that back there. And I've got 2 other Serpent and Moon. I've got the art edition and the original one that came in a tin back in January of 2022. So, Sandra says, beautiful deck. Where are those ceramic black and red? Ah, they're the ghosts. So when Sandra and I went to Whitby last year, which is in Yorkshire, West Yorkshire, no, East Yorkshire, sorry, it's on the East Coast. West Yorkshire is when we went to Haworth, and I bought the Blushing Fool that I saw in a shop. I picked up the, these are ghosts. I picked up the Scream ghost, and I picked up the Plague Doctor. I love the Plague Doctor. In fact, you've probably seen my Plague Doctor that I got from the Pagan Market the year before last, October of 24. I got him. Yeah, so I love the Plague Doctor. So you can go back there. And then Sandra brought me. Sandra, was it my birthday or for Christmas? No, it was my birthday. Sandra bought me the Devil one and Saw. What's Saw's name? He's got a name, hasn't he? Which are cool. The ceramic ghosts from a shop in Whitby. Birthday, yeah, it was birthday. Elaine says the deck looks lovely. Medieval Earth is on my wish list. Let's just try and scroll down and catch up because I'm now 6 minutes behind. I'll just look for tags or capitals. Marilyn said, I'd pull an additional Lenormand to clarify my tarot drawers, my tarot and oracle drawers. I did Simon's tag. Yeah, you did that yesterday. Decks I reach for. Love those ghosts. Love the Plague Doctor. Yeah, he was quite an investment because it's handmade. The lady and my friend bought a gorgeous Lilith. Is it Lilith or Lilitha? And she's got this beautiful red dress, but I call him Pepper and Soul and Pepper. Yeah, you might have said, I've missed what the name of the character is out of Saw, but in Nottingham there's one of the original Saw puppets from the film in the Museum of Curiosities. I took Sandra there when she came last. All right, so I'll also show you, this arrived, and there's no expectation to do, let me take that off. How do I take it off? I can't find which one it is that I've highlighted. That one. You might remember that I had Ross Salerno on and I interviewed him. In fact, he was the last person I interviewed. I'm hoping to do an interview next Saturday. But he was the last person I interviewed, and he'd launched the 3rd edition of, look at this, of one of my all-time favourite Marseille decks. I nearly said Lenormand decks then. So let me grab my original. Now I've got 2 copies of this because I love this so much. When I bought this back in 2019, it was a limited edition of 500, and I loved it. Absolutely fell in love with it. So I bought a backup copy. I didn't get the 2nd edition. That had like a copper edges, and I kind of regretted it, but I just thought, well, I've got 2, and then I always put all these little stickers in there. New Voice Tarot as well. So New Voice was his RWS, his 2nd project. Cool stickers. New Voice and New Choice. Cool little stickers. Yeah, so, and he said, oh, what I'm going to do, Simon, after the interview, he said, I'm just going to send you a copy of the 3rd edition. So it was on Kickstarter. It was successfully funded on Kickstarter just before Christmas. And I thought we could have a look. So the front of the box has changed. We have the King of Coins on this one, and I think his 2nd edition went to the King of Wands. Might show me one of these stickers actually. Does it? Maybe not. No, but I'm sure it was the King of Wands on the 2nd edition. Simon, wouldn't do such a thing, Moran. What wouldn't I do? Now I'm honestly, Sandra, the last 2 decks I bought where Simon made me do it. Oh, I see. Was that the 2 that you've just showed today? The Jamie Sawyer, and what was the one before it? Because I said, oh, I'm glad you've got it. I can't remember now, but I left a comment. Were they the ones? So yeah, so we have maybe it was the King of Swords, and now we've got the Queen of Batons. And he went with red edges, I think, magenta edges, because this deck, and I've got one in a Kelly pouch, so this is like my backup. These have the beautiful yellow gold. Look at the backs. Most beautiful cardstock. And when I got this, I'd never felt cardstock like this before. Back in 2019, I was like, oh, this has set the bar for cardstock. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the detailing, and just stunning for a Marseille deck. I know not everybody's into Marseille or pit decks, but I think I said at the time, this and perhaps Tarot des Eaux Arcs, if you're going to have a pip deck or Marseille deck, then these are the ones you want to get. Ehrenberg, that was it. Yeah, I was really pleased you got the Ehrenberg. The Ehrenberg is one that I just feel is really underrated. It doesn't get the love. Oh wow, we've got a high gloss box. Look at that. So the first one, I don't know about the second, is a matte box with metallic gold stamping, and it's got a hinge. It's not magnetic, but it's got this kind of like opens like a book, which is lovely. This one is a magnetic closure box, and it's more in keeping this style with his new voice tarot, which was his RWS one, because that was in a holographic kind of box like this. Beautiful. So the New Choice Tarot de Marseille is a 78 card hand painted gilded deck that fuses classical Marseille tradition with the avant-garde spirit of Berlin's queer underground. With ornate symbolic pips adorned with unique flowers carrying their own meanings, French titles, and a full-colour guidebook, it brings a bold contemporary vision to timeless tarot. And this is 500 as well, and this is 490 of 500. So usually creators will print a couple of extras after the Kickstarter, so I don't know how many are left, maybe only 10. And then on the inside here, your choice are the brushstrokes of your destiny. Your choice are the brushstrokes of your destiny. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, we now get a certificate of authenticity. That's cool. 490, and he signed it, in gold ink. Don't know if that's going to show on camera, but it's actually signed. Wow, he's had to sign 500 of them. And then the guidebook says 3rd edition. How does that compare with the previous guidebook? It's nicer quality. This is one that's kind of like stapled. This one is a proper book with a spine. Really nice. I wish you'd do an illustrated Marseille. I mean, yeah, and I'd be right there. But the beauty of the miners in this deck are exceptional. They really are. Oh, wow. And then, so we got that quote on the lid. On the base, it says, "Every shuffle is a reminder that life can begin again." Let's take the band off. Look at these beauties. Look at that. I was expecting it to be like a red. This is like a shocking pink. It's just gorgeous. It is red in certain lights, but I mean, it's magenta, but beautiful. Really gorgeous. The backs are the same. Wow. Oh no. Does that mean you really like it? So, same beautiful cardstock, gorgeous illustrations. This is a true artist's work, isn't it? And that's why, you know, I've been wanting to have him on the channel for years. And then when he reached out, I was like, yes, let's do this. And I'm so glad that, because 500, print run of 500 isn't a lot, is it? And so when they're gone, and his other two obviously had gone out of print. And then you kind of think, oh, that's sad, you know, other generations or other people coming into the tarot world will see it. And it's always sad when people say to me, oh, I love that deck that you showed on such and such. Where can I get it? And I'm like, sorry, it's out of print now. So I'm always up for when a creator brings back a beloved deck, particularly if they've made some not huge changes, but sometimes a creator will do a second print run and they might change a couple of the cards. Chris showed the Urban Tarot earlier today, and I've got both editions, but I really love the indie. I get why they changed some of the images. Same with Marielle. They changed some of the images, but none of the images here have been changed. But what we've got is the deck back, and it's got this beautiful, beautiful pink. And just look at the detailing, the colours. I mean, look at that. And the line work it's extraordinary. That looks more vibrant. I mean, this deck's not in order, so I could be here all day if I'm doing. I'll probably end up going past it. Maybe it's just false memory. It's here. Oop, nearly was playing 78 card pickup. No, it is different. I thought the colour stood out. It's got a different background. I never realised. So this is the original with the gold edge. And I just looked at this star card. I thought the colours seem more saturated. And it's only because of the change in the background. So it's not just the gilding that changed. And that's quite a nice change. And it's the same with the moon. I'm sure it said 4. Yeah, 4. This is edition 490 out of 50. And it was posted about a week ago. It came yesterday. And it's a beauty. I won't show you all of the pips because I know not everybody likes pips. But what I do want to show is the colours. He uses a lot of pink and purple combinations, which is, excuse me, another reason why I think he went with this colour. But the flowers that he uses as well, they just look so gorgeous. Look at that pink sword. I'll show the 2 of Cups. Well, I'll show the ace first because the ace is beautiful. Look at that. Look at the detailing and those colours. He's got his initials there at the bottom for the 2 of Cups. Oh, gosh, look. I think that the ace of coins in this deck is my favourite ace of coins in any deck. It is wonderful. Look at that mandala in the middle. I mean, have you ever seen an ace of coins as beautiful as this? Yeah, the date still says 2019 on the 2. And then the coins are just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. Oranges, pinks, violets. Oh, beautiful. Okay, and then I'll show you some of the batons. Here's our ace. Remove that. Exquisite. So yeah, the 3rd edition of New Choice Tarot de Marseille. Gorgeous, gorgeous deck. And if you, by any chance, you watch this, Ross, thank you so much for sending this to me. You know what the deck means to me anyway, how much I love it. In my most beautiful decks of all time, which is my most viewed video ever, I mentioned this, and I mentioned the new voice, because they're just stunning. How could I not, if we're talking to beautiful decks, not show that? Okay. Have I missed any comments? I don't know where I got to. Oh yes, it was no Diz. Oh no. Oh no is right. Love that pink, it's so delicious. Yeah, oh no, I love it. Jonathan says, I'm a fan of vibrant colours. Moran says, fab deck. Oh no, I can't love it. I already quit collecting. Says no one ever. That pink is my energy colour. Yeah, I can see why. But if that is 490, there may only be 10 left. Yeah, and what I would have said normally is, I would have said, well, it doesn't mean that I've been sent, you know, the 490th, but with it being a Kickstarter, is obviously going to make sure everybody that backed the deck is going to have theirs. So I rather suspect that 490 is probably more likely. I put the wrong book in the wrong box. That's the sort of thing I do, and I don't discover it till the next time I use the deck. I'm like, what's that doing in there? Okay. Sometimes, I've got that many eBay notifications for decks, and then I get it always pings me at 8 o'clock at night. Ping. I think there's 1,000 copies this time, isn't there? It says on the authenticity certificate. So, I mean, can you confirm or deny? I thought it said, well, on the back, it says 490 of 500. Does the certificate say 1,000 then? No, it's 500. 490 of 500. Yeah, so very limited print run. And I was really pleased that he did Kickstarter this time, because I think originally he was with Indiegogo. I don't really, I don't really like Kickstarter, to be honest. Every time I've backed a deck on Kickstarter, not every time, but 9 times out of 10, I've backed a deck on Kickstarter, because Matronoa was brilliant. You can't fault that. What a turnaround, and everything was great. But there seems to be a problem. Always a problem, always a delay, always an issue. I mean, Greenwood, hello, what is happening? Did you see that they've pulled out, or no, not pulled out, an amicable agreement not to take the Greenwood now mass market? So they'd announced that Schiffer Red Feather was releasing it later this year as a mass market release, and for whatever reason now, that's not happening. So yeah, I think there'll be quite a few disappointed people, but I just want the one that I backed on Kickstarter. Beautiful deck, beautiful colours. The colourway with pips is divine, incredible. The Sharon Stone of Cups. Love the vibrancy, lots of love for the deck. Could be a tattoo. Yeah. Oh, Cheryl's here. What? Talking of beautiful decks, Daniel is doing a second edition of the Golden Age, but he won't tell me what changes he has made. I already have 2. It needs to be something... Oh, you know how to make an entrance, Cheryl, don't you? Oneness Emporium looks weird like that, all in one word. I was trying to get my head around what it was. What was I going to say? I noticed he's doing another deck as well, isn't he? He announced the other day. Another tarot deck. One of the images looked really familiar, but that's because I think he put an art print in with an order I made of his, which is going to be in the next deck. Hello, Lunalit. Nice to see you. Looks like there's some available on the New Choice Etsy shop. Well, there you are. May only be 10, but there's some available. Valentina is already working on her second deck. Gosh, well, that's a must. Oh, that's good, Jonathan. I reached out through the Greenwood Kickstarter campaign and I was able to order after the campaign. Yeah, I know they printed extra. And that's good because I think now, you know what's going to happen. Now it's not going mass market and it's a limited print run. People will buy it, not open it, and then sell it on for ridiculous money. The DMD Golden Age is already perfected, in my opinion. Yeah, and I don't think he gilds his decks. I've not seen a deck gilded by him. He could make them a little bit smaller, but I don't really want him to do that. Change the backs, maybe. I've been here for ages, just been stealth. Sending over his new deck for Spotlight. I forgot what it was called now. Simon, Mark is really nice. Email him and he will send your deck and the book after, as it's the book that has been delayed. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait for it. He did say hopefully the end of February. So Niall says, oh, the new version of the DMD Gold Tarot. I just ordered the first version. I wonder what the difference in the second one will be. Yeah, well, he's keeping it close to his chest for now, by all accounts. Is that the Greenwood Tarot via Kickstarter? Yes, it was Kickstarter, and I got it with the book. So like Sandra had hers before we went to Glastonbury. Was it like October you got yours? But those are ordered with the book, which I did because I didn't have the book. That's it, Codex. Codex, that's what it was called. Chris says, I think now I have the Dirty Palm and Redux, I don't need any more RWS decks. I need to screenshot that. Are you not tempted by DMDs? Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolute luxury. Did you ever, Chris, get Pagan Otherworlds? I mean, what is there not to love about it? Mine's empty. That box is empty because I've got it in a pouch. That box is empty because I've got it in the drawer. 2 copies and they're both. I should put one in the box, shouldn't I? I really should. But I bought a special pouch for it. Not exactly the same to the backs, but good enough. But the linen cardstock, the beautiful size of them, no copyright, just gorgeous cards. Love them. And I'm not saying it because people take the mickey when I say it's my favourite RWS, but it kind of is. And Jonathan says, currently the Golden Age is the only deck I have a backup for. Looks like I'll have 3 now. Where did you get the pouch for your Pagan Otherworlds? I haven't got Pagan Otherworlds in a pouch, but if you meant the pouch there for the Golden Age, I got that off Etsy. Chris has got Pagan Otherworlds, and yeah, I'm extremely tempted. I figured if I said that out loud, I'd be less tempted, but nope. Honestly, it's not as thick a cardstock as Pagan Otherworlds, but it's good core cardstock. It's flexible, it glides, it's everything. Yeah, I haven't seen a walkthrough from Sandra the Greenwood yet, but I think Sandra's got quite a backlog, I should say, of decks that she's going to show anyway. All right, so the third deck I want to show you is one that I picked up from the art gallery, and I wasn't sure when I picked it up. There wasn't a lot of images to have a look at, and I've seen it so many times in shops like Watkins, and I've never bought it because probably at the time I wasn't really into pips as I am now, but it's the Yungian Tarot. Wasn't expensive at all. And I wasn't going to do a walkthrough of it. I just picked it up and thought, I'll give this a look. I like to support the art gallery because they've got a whole section now on tarot and oracle decks and books, and so I thought, well, let's just have a look. Support them, buy it. 2-part box. It's US Games. There is a LWB, literally. But there are pip decks and there are pip decks, and this is as basic pip as you can probably get. And at one time I'd have hated that. But I do like the artwork. It refers, obviously, Jungian Tarot. It's all about the archetypes. Cardstock is really nice. It's quite a nice shape tarot. It's a little bit wider but stubbier than a standard tarot deck. All the archetypes are kind of like face on in these archways, and there is a different mandala symbol in each card that you can look up. You can buy, I think there's 2 books for this deck. It's by what's his name? Who did where's his name? Robert Wang. What did he do? He did something. My brain is stopping, people. Yeah, I like the painterly feel of it. I like that it's focused on the archetypes. Death card is brilliant. Look at the death card. Time. The hourglass. The pippiest of all pips, we will call him Pippin. Well, I've got Pippa, my deck, Pippa, this one, because that is just heaven. I love it. So that's Pippa, so this could be Pippin. Oh, devil. Moon card is, she's fierce. Anybody else got the Yungian Tarot? Okay, are you ready for these pips? Although, I've got a deck coming from eBay, which takes pips to a whole another level. I don't know what's happening with me. I really don't. Send help. Hi, everybody. Simon, a bit late to the party. No, it's lovely to have you here, Moomin. Okay. Beautiful ace. I can hear Sandra. Oh, no. And now she's laughing because she literally went, oh, no. This reminds me of El Dorado, the TV show. The sun above the sea. There we go. I love it. I really do. And it's the, I mean, look at the Ace of Batons. Isn't that great? Look at that fire. Colours are wonderful. And they are torches. I just don't get why they're all at the seaside. These are even camping out on the beach. No, I really like it. I kind of like these pits, right, Niles? You wait till you see the one. It's a really old deck that's out of print. And I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh. And I think they then brought out a more modern version, which is also out of print. But this is, I think, I mean, it started in August for me anyway with the Matronoa. I think they got me. And then discovering Marco Benedetti. But I think that this year is Year of the Pips. I've heard a few people say it now. We tend to go through those years, don't we, of different kind of themes. And I think 2026 is going to be Year of the Pips. Anyway, you get the idea. They go up in number. I just wanted to show you some of the coins because they're all in these square. So it's a coin within squares. At the seaside, of course. You get the idea. But I also like the transition of colour. Really nice. I mean, look at this. Beautiful. Yeah, Year of the Pips. What was the Pippa deck? I forgot what it was called. And because I've kept it out, I'd have to try and get the box, find the box. I can't remember what it was called. And it was only a cheap deck. And I think it was more about the book, but they gave you cards to help with the book. But I love the art style. I mean, look at that. Anybody recognise it without me searching through my shelves for the boxes? The artwork, I mean, they're not that, they're quite narrow. They're kind of like Fournier size. But it was a set with a book and the colours are luscious. But what I loved about the pips is they are literally, 8 cups, but you've got this beautiful purple background. The green for the pentacles is lush. Isn't it called the basic tarot? Could be. The Tower card lock. And the yellows for the wands is really nice as well. Oh, look at the texture. You can see the brush strokes. Knight of Swords is great. Yeah, I really like the artwork, and it's just a cheap, inexpensive deck. The cardstock's nice. Can't grumble about anything. Pips are zen. In a world of information overload, it's nice to pare things back. Quote of the evening, key features. Couldn't have said it better. It's exactly how I see pip decks. And when I talk about how I work with decks, in the morning when I just need clarity, they're brilliant for that. I love this is brilliant. Yeah, it's just a great, vibrant, colourful, easy to read deck. Let me have a look just to see if I can find it. Don't think I can though. Cheryl is right. It's Tarot Basics. And it's Evelyn Berger and Johannes Fiebig. Who are quite well known, aren't they? Let's be honest. But I think people get this more as a starter kit. But the book, now they did the book, that's why I'm saying they're well known. You know, the yellow one with all the symbols, what's it called? So it's a really good book, even though it's all in green. Comes in just a little tray. So Tarot Basics, and that's the deck that comes with it. If you buy the kit, you can buy the book separately. Is it the secrets of the, this is it, grab it off my bookshelf. The Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite Tarot, again, same authors, look. This book is what I used for Jen Phoenix when she did Tarot Playdate. Breaks down the RWS into all the symbolism. Great book. Pop that back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll have to put everything back after I've done. All right, what time are we on? 20 past. There's a few minutes left. If anybody's got anything they want to ask or talk about for the last 5 minutes before I pull a tile, agree 1,000%. Fifi Faces, this little community is so lovely. Learn so much each week. Thank you. Like I said, not been feeling my best today, but really glad I decided to come on because you guys are the best. And how can I not have my spirits lifted in your company? Pip decks can force your intuition to work more sometimes. Yeah. And pip decks give you the starting off point, don't they? Because if I pull the 5 of, I don't know, coins, then changing my worldly sphere, change at work, change at home, change in finances. But that's your starting off point. Very affordable as well, yeah. Kate Bedell. Hello, Kate. How do you read pips? Just like that, yeah. I read pips as in, we know the associations of the elements anyway, because we're used to that from other tarot decks. So swords being air, and pentacles being earth, etc. And then for me, I just learnt the numerology of 1 through to 10. And then marry them up, and depending on what I'm asking, or that's your springboard. The Enlightenment Tarot. That sounds familiar. The pips from the German deck, the Enlightenment Tarot. I'll have a quick look. The Enlightenment Tarot. Journey to the Enlightenment Tarot. Oh, no, here we go. Enlightenment Tarot. Oh, yes. Yes, I've got that. Yeah, that's kind of like a very different take on the RWS, isn't it? Let's open the chat back up. Adam likes semi-pip, scenic pips. Yeah, well, this one that I've got coming, when I said is really pippy, there is some scenic references in there. Katie has done a fantastic video on this subject. Who are we talking about? Is it the guy from the book? Have you heard? Thank you, Dawn. How do you use the pendulum on my table? This, I've got so many pendulums, but this one I've had out on my desk for years. It was made by a subscriber called Twist the Leaf. You might have remember seeing him about, and he handmade it and sent it to me, and I just think it is so beautiful that I have it out. But how do I use it? I don't use it over cards. I have, but I don't tend to use it over cards. For me, it's more about I've used it to try and sense if there's any otherworldly presence. So I've taken it with me when I've gone like ghost hunting and things like that. I used to use it in my old flat where I used to live. But just for, yes, no kind of answers. So if it moves that direction, that's a yes. That would nod our head. And then that direction be no. I suppose it's the same as like tossing coins into heads and tails and things like that. But there's a whole raft of ways you can use pendulums. You're welcome, Bessie. It was very nice of you to say. Just wondering, I know you love your piece, Simon, but could you adopt me to your tarot paradise so we could talk tarot all life long? Yeah, get yourself over here and come and stay. Thank you, Saskia. I feel better. I have had them, but it's not really part of my practice to do that. I have done it in the past for clarification and things, but it's not something I do on a regular basis. Really good if you misplace things as well. That's something that my friend Liz, who had at the store, Lizzie, and I'd lost something once. I was running an event, organising an event for work, and she was a stall holder at it. And I had to take photographs, and I lost the camera, and I was having a complete, even now thinking about it, because it was a really expensive piece of kit and it wasn't mine. I was like, I've lost it. And there was hundreds of people at this event. And I was thinking anybody could have gone with it. And she was like, take this dowsing crystal and go and find it. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, ask, is it in this room? Is it in this room? Make your way, trace your steps throughout the day. And it worked. I'd like to use the pendulum with tarot, but how? You could put your pendulum over a tarot card for clarification by asking yes/no questions. All right. Talking of tarot, let's pull a card. It's not a card, it's a tile. Dig deep. I've had quite a few majors recently. Let's see. I'm looking at the back of it here. See what we've got. Oh, we have a minor. We have the 3 of Pentacles. I'm in pip mode. I almost said 3 of Coins. How do I get that thingy off? Maybe this week you might have a sense that you've got to prove yourself. Either prove your worth, prove your skills or your knowledge or your talents. And what I would say is, remember that you are competent. You have skills that other people don't have. You have knowledge that other people don't have. And what I would say is, whatever it is you're doing, whatever project, whatever work you're doing, be aware of your potential and don't work to impress somebody else. Work to the best of your ability, and your skills and your talents and your knowledge will be recognized. Be your best and focus. But know that even though somebody might be looking on, somebody might be judging, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. Just know it for yourself and others will see it. All right. Thank you for being here. We're just coming up to the hour-and-a-half mark. It's been lovely to hang out. Thank you. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for being you. I will be back for episode 2 tomorrow of From the Hermit Shelf. It's a bit more of an obscure deck tomorrow. One that I've not shown since probably in 5 years. Don't think it gets the love it deserves, so I'm hoping to change that a bit. So I'll share that with you all tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. in the UK time. But yeah, thanks for being here, everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.